Everybody knows Harley Davidson motorcycles are loud and rattle and have all kinds of crazy vibrations, but there's a couple tips and tricks I'm going to show you today to reduce out some of those minor little annoying rattles and vibrations. Alright everybody, what is up? What is up? As always, thanks for stopping by to another video today. We are here with my 2022 Harley Davidson Softail Street Bob, and we are taking a look at some of the vibrations and rattles and noises that we have going on with my Street Bob. Everybody knows, like I said, Harleys are known for those kind of annoying shake, rattle, rolls, vibrations, all those different things. One of them that I recently fixed up was with the flush mounted gas cap here. You guys can take a look back at that video in my list of videos back there where we removed that silver clunky gas cap that was doing a lot of rattling right here when I was riding. Replaced it with this flush mounted black gas cap here. Totally wiped out all that vibration and rattle, so pretty happy with that. But what is one of the other rattles and vibrations that I'm talking about here? Well, it's kind of with this clutch side lever. So you can see this is a little looser, and obviously you guys know, if you've been tuning in for a little while, you probably saw the video where I switched these out for the Cross Thread Cycles short black levers here. And I don't know if I recalled this when I first installed them, or if it's just something I started to notice recently, if it's worn out or something on the inside. But as you can see, there is quite a bit of play here with this lever, and it causes a pretty big rattle and vibration at some of those low RPMs, being that it's so loose. I mean, you can see it's totally locked in place. It's not going anywhere, but it's definitely loose and rattling a lot, making some just really annoying rattles and vibrations when I'm riding around. So we're going to see if we can get that cleared up today. Actually, thanks to a viewer that tuned in and said he has these same levers, and somewhere along the way he noticed that he had a pretty big rattle there. And what he did was he went in and kind of adjusted the anti-rattle clip down here that's supposed to take up that gap, take up some of that space to tighten this up. He said that he took the clip out of the stock lever and replaced it here with his cross thread cycle. So we're going to try a different few tricks here in real time. You guys are going to see if these work out or not. So we're going to see if maybe we can bend the current one that's in there, or I've got the stock lever over there. We're going to see if we can replace it and tighten this up to get rid of that vibration. And so before we get started with this one, guys, if anybody has any experience with some of these like rattles and crazy vibrations and stuff with the levers, grips, handlebars, anything like that, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what some of your tips and tricks are to tighten up any of these annoying vibrations and rattles. Like I said, we did the gas cap earlier. We're going to check out and see how we can do the clutch side lever. Brake side lever has always been good, but if you have any of these problems, or if you think you might give this tip and trick a test here to tighten up your clutch side, whether it's aftermarket or OEM, drop it down in the comments and let me know. Now, I have also seen and heard some people say that the stock lever did a lot of rattling as well. I've had these on for a while, so I don't even remember if the stock one did. I'm pretty sure it did, actually. I think that big stock gray lever had a rattle to it as well. This one does here too. Like I said, I can't remember if this was like this ever since I put them on, or if this just kind of wore out and needs to be replaced or something. But we're going to find out right here today if we can clean up this rattle with this lever. And now to do that today, what we're going to do is we're going to put some slack into the clutch cable here. We are going to remove this boot, then go ahead and pop out this red clip here on our clutch cable. We are going to depress this down, press that back in, and now we've got some slack up here in our clutch cable where we will be able to pop this thing out and take a look at it. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to try to go ahead and remove the pin from the lever itself so that we can pop it out. Alrighty, so we got the snap ring off here. Always works a little better if you have snap ring pliers, but I'm missing mine right now, just using a needle nose. So we've got the snap ring off. Let's go ahead and push the pin out. That'll allow us to slide out the lever here. Let's take a look at the bottom. So here's the clip that comes with the Cross Thread Cycles lever. I'm going to see if maybe we can bend that out, or we might completely take it off and put the stock one on. So I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to see if I can bend it with some needle nose to potentially give it more of a space there to hopefully make it larger and create more tension on the lever. So you can see right there, that was a simple bend with a needle nose. Let's reinstall it back here to the lever. We should know pretty quickly if this is going to make a difference or not. Alright, so we have it in there without the pin, and what I did is I pushed it back and forth and it just flattened it right out again. It just kind of went right back to where it was. So let me pull this thing out again. Yeah, it feels like it's just flattening out too much and it's just going to go right back to the way it was. Let's see if we can put the rattle clip in from the stock OEM lever in there, see if that makes any difference. Alright, so here's the stock silver lever that was replaced. I replaced it for the black one. Let's see here if this clip will make any difference for us. It does look to be a little bit beefier, possibly a little more sturdy. See if I can give it an extra bend as well. Alright, so we'll put the stock clip in here now, tighten it up. Alright, let's go ahead and slide the lever back in with the new clip and see what we got here. Alright, and of course no pin just yet. Okay, so that, I'm giving it a push down. That definitely feels to be taking up a lot of the gap and a lot of the space there, putting the OEM rattle clip in there instead of the cross thread cycles one. Yeah, look how much that has kind of tightened up all of that play right there. Let's go ahead and put the pin and the snap ring back on and see what we have with the final result here. Alright, so lever is back in with the new clip, the pin and snap ring are back on. We still need to tighten up the clutch, but I really think that is going to do the trick for us. We're going to hop on the bike here in just a second and see if it actually works with some of that rattle and stuff, but it seems to have done the trick here. Let's go ahead and get that adjustment back in the clutch. Alrighty, so we have the adjustment back in the clutch. Everything is good and tightened up. Look at how much play that new anti-rattle clip took out of this clutch lever. Need to get all this grease and stuff wiped off, but look at how much tighter that is from when we first started. Let's give it a pull here. Wow, I think this is going to work out really well, guys. I understand there's probably a potential for that clip to wear out in the future, but I think we could always just replace it anyways. Wow, that feels a lot better. That took so much play out of this lever. So let's get this thing wiped down. We're going to pull it out, take it out for a little ride, see if we have reduced out that vibration and rattle like we were hoping to. Alrighty guys, so we are off on the bike now, and I can tell right away, right off the bat now, that this lever has been tightened up. So like I said, the low RPMs and low speeds is where it was really rattling the most, especially if I would take one hand off the clutch side grip. That's where I would notice that thing just started shaking around all over the place. And right now you can see I've got my hand off. That thing is not moving around anywhere, but it also has a fine pull to it, so it didn't affect the clutch pull at all. It really just kind of cleaned up and tightened up that gap there that was creating all that rattling. So it's a really simple thing that just started to creep up on me. I just started to notice it, and then that one viewer dropped it down in the comments. Huge shout out to that guy. I forget what his handle was, but huge shout out to that guy for giving me the idea. This has definitely cleaned up the rattle of that clutch lever, which, like I said, is just such a simple thing, but it was really starting to get annoying. Finally took the time to look into it, and I mean, you guys can see that thing is not moving around at all whatsoever. It is stable and locked in there. So when I was riding faster at the higher RPMs, I think the vibrations kind of leveled out to where it wasn't really rattling and shaking as much. But when I was just cruising around town like this, you know, I had one hand down, just kind of relaxed, chilling, and that thing was just vibrating and shaking like crazy, and it was so annoying. And just right off the bat here, that thing is just tightened up. It's a much more comfortable pull. The thing's not sliding around all over the place. I think I mentioned it earlier, the brake side was never an issue. It was always the clutch lever side. So no issues here over on the brake side. Finally got the clutch side. What are we, off-roading here in the middle of the city? What the hell's going on? But yeah, like I said, pretty excited about that quick, simple little fix. Like, we got the gas cap rattle stopped, we got the clutch lever stopped. Now all we got is the nice, beautiful sound of the SP Concepts 2-to-1. No more rattles from the stupid gas cap and clutch lever. Yeah, you guys can see, just give you another shot here, just at a stop, like just super tight, no free play in there, you know, it's not like rattling around, filled that gap there. Really nice and stable with the clutch lever now. Super excited to get that rattle fixed up. Alrighty guys, so I think that's going to wrap up this one for now. Like I said, just a quick, simple little fix there. If you have yourself a rattly, annoying clutch lever, just take a look at your clip there on the bottom of the lever. See if it's worn out, see if it needs switched out, see if it just needs adjusted up or something. So pretty quick and simple fix that I'm pretty happy now we got that noise taken care of. But if this helped anybody out, or if you have any other tips and tricks of the trade to kind of reduce out some of those lever rattles and vibrations, make sure you go ahead and drop them down in the comments. Again, a huge shout out to the viewer who kind of led me to that conclusion and that result. He shot me a message on Instagram. Huge shout out to that guy. Thanks again. Glad to get this rattle fixed up. But as always, if you like anything we got going on here, make sure you go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys ride safe out there, make it a good one, guys. It's the Moto John. We'll see you all on down the road. Peace.